Greetings to you, my friends, one and all. I hope you're doing very well, and thank you for joining me once again on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and we're wrapping up Mardi Gras down here, 2025. Actually, we kind of had a rainy, rough Mardi Gras day on Tuesday. I didn't even go to the parade. It was kind of just, we'd been there, done that kind of thing, and then the weather, it was just wasn't really feeling like going out there. So it was fun. It was a fun year. So it was all right. You know what? I've realized something though over the last few days. It kind of has come to me, and that is that for the last 4 years, I've pretty much woke up every day mad, angry, and not like waking up mad, pissed off, but just knowing what was going on with our country and seeing what has been happening, and just feeling helpless to change it, other than going through what we did, which again, in retrospect, 2020 was a blessing that we did not make it in to the White House then, and was able to expose this so completely now, 4 years later. It's it's the way it was supposed to be. But I've realized that, after waking up, and didn't affect my life, but you wake up with this feeling of being disgusted and angry of what's going on with your country. And I've come to realize now, after over the last 6-8 weeks, few months, as this has come to pass, that when I start my days, I am actually happy. That the days actually start better. And like I said, it's really I hadn't really put it together. And I'm just saying that there's probably a lot of you guys that maybe are getting that kind of feeling and don't realize what it's all about. But yes, embrace it. It is. And then watching the address of Congress, they call it State of the Union. You don't get a State of the Union until you've been in power for a year, is the standard procedure for the president. So that's why this is called a joint address. But to have so vividly displayed for America the total insanity and warped values of the enemy, which is the left now is the enemy. They have designated themselves as enemies of America. I mean, if you didn't have tears watching that little boy, I get choked up talking about it, get his dream come true of not only surviving brain cancer to where he is now, but to the honor of Secret Service, and the way he hugged the head of the Secret Service. The guy's name is though. And then the next day he's in the Oval Office. You see him hug the president, and for those Democrats to sit there on their hands and in disgust over everything that you look at past speeches when the Democrats were in power with Biden, and whenever he would, they didn't stand and cheer for his bullshit, but whenever he acknowledged guests and individuals, they stood and cheered for him. That should be a rule in the chamber, that just for their own appearance sake, that whenever there's guests in the chamber, you honor them by standing and applauding, whatever side you're on. It was just such a disgrace. Those mothers, the daughters, their lost children, our I'd mentioned, I'd posted before, whenever the hostage came back, I can't think of his name now. I have a video on him, but anyway, his 95-year-old mother there with him. Nothing. They were just devoid. The only thing they cheered for was Ukraine. And then you see, to start off with, that whatever Sasquatch descendant Al Green. How Texas keeps getting these pieces of shit. Al Green, who was down there with the other bitch that died, that trash, Sheila Jackson. And then you've got Jasmine Crockett. Her name's Crockett, but we don't even, that's a disgrace to the name of Davy Crockett to even have her have that. But again, the worst race baiting BLM trash that's in Congress has come from Texas. And I mean, openly racist scum. It's disgraceful. And I mean, but that's throughout the whole party. That's what they've got. And like I said, to have it on full display like that, and then to see the media pushing the narrative after it of how they were exploiting and this and that, and trying to defend just the indefensible actions of these scumbags that filled the whole side of the chamber. I think that was the most drastic thing America could see right there. And there were more people watching this than normally would be, just because they were wanting to see what Trump was going to have to say. And like I said, I agree. I think it was one of his best speeches ever. Just the one-liners, calling her Pocahontas when they cheered for Ukraine. This is pointing out how they were going to lock him up. How did that work out for you? Not too well. And he points to him, and just that line though, where he said that there's nothing I can do, nothing I can say. I could solve the greatest crises in the world, and these people would not stand up. They would not clap. And then for the rest of the speech, they did exactly what he said. And again, it would when they refused to applaud or stand up for the DJ, the little boy, or any of the parents of the lost children, or any of that. If only one of them would have stood up and made a statement on that side, it would have been an incredible moment for their party. And they do not have the self-awareness to even be able to do that. That whenever, the only thing that they knew was whenever Sasquatch got kicked out for running his mouth, you notice that after that shut them all down. Not one of them stood up and opened their mouth for the rest of the thing, because they're all cowards. And they'll let that guy go. But that's what the whole thing about the crime bills and things are. Once you start holding people accountable, if you lock them up, if you kick them out, others are going to fall in line when they see there are consequences to your stupid ass actions. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes is not just a saying. It's a fact of life, and these people are going to start living that fact. Yesterday, whenever I think it was Nancy Mace, called for criminal referrals for all those governors. We need to see people locked up. We've had enough investigations. We have enough looking at. We already know there are lists of criminal activities on all these sides that they're already committing. Start locking people up and start sending that message, and only then are you going to start seeing a change. So, but we are on the right path. 89% of Americans agree with what's going on. Hell, 60% of the Democrats agree with what he's doing. So again, their own party, the Democrat Party, has 30% approval, and the Democrat in Congress and House have less than 20% approval, all-time lows. So it's again, it is a MAGA country now. Incredibly as that sounds, MAGA has taken hold, and there's not going to be turning back from this. So again, happy. It was just kind of this weird epiphany when I realized, I wake up happy now. Because there's promise. We have there's hope, and we're actually seeing action. So yeah, thank you, my friends. I said, for all of you that supported this channel. I've taken a lot of abuse from YouTube over the years, but before MAGA had become mainstream over the last year. And yes, those of us that were willing to stand up and talk about it often were attacked. And although I've worn my Trump hat since 2016 in this town, and I've never had a word of anyone say anything. I wore my hat whenever I went to Dallas for the Cowboy game, and didn't have a word said there either. So again, down here, all I ever got was fist bumps, thumbs up, I love your hat, those kind of comments. But I've never seen anyone else in this entire town wearing a Trump hat. other than me. So, like I said, those of us that are have been in it from the start and are just again feel so exonerated to some point that yes, hey dumbasses, we were right. Every conspiracy theory was proven right. So yeah, it's time to fist bump and say let's get the job done. And proud of every one of us and every one of us and every one of you that has been a part of it. We are all part of this. Trump says it's our presidency, and he means it when he says it, and we should all embrace that. And yeah, the fight has just started. So keep it up, my friends. And we've got us a good one today. You can see I am in my Vendetta, one of my favorite shirts. These are awesome shirts. It's a little cool this morning, so this is the perfect thing to be wearing. And we have got some Vendetta pay dirt, and it's not a booty bag. We got us a little goodly pile of gold to go through this time. So let us turn to our new gold epicenter of South Louisiana on the beautiful Gulf of America. Oh man, I'll tell you guys, as we check out our, I can't see, I thought my camera was off, our offering for the day. And you can see there I've got my beautiful Vendetta leaded glass that Mike had sent me last year Christmas. And usually I keep it wrapped up in a box away from the cats in the room, but we had to break it out today, and it's nice and sunny here. Looks good on the gold stand. Look at me set up here. I can't see my camera in the glare, or I block my own. I block my shadow blocks my view. My, you know what I'm saying. All right, let's see. This all may be edited out for time. So yes, we have our new gold epicenter of South Louisiana set up here, and we've got the new offering from Vendetta Prospecting, which is the, God damn, I can't see anything, the Turkey Creek bag. And you can see here we've got 2 grams of gold in this one. This is his new 100% ROI bag that he's putting out. And yeah, I was gonna get a another booty bag, but add gold to it. But then I saw this, and I thought, okay, well, no, we need to go ahead and do his new offering here and check that out. So that being said, let's go ahead and tear into this and take us a look. This is Vendetta. As you guys know, this is there we go. That's our desert dirt. I think it's just about a tie between Vendetta and Gold Nugget sales for the most videos, the most gold that I've done from a company. And like I said, I think Gold Nugget sales may lead by a little bit, but yeah, they're pretty close because they are both excellent companies. So we're since this is 100% ROI, I'm guessing we're going to probably have a bit of fine gold to get out of this. So we will go ahead and classify this stuff down. Oh, getting dust blowing into my, it's early enough. I'm still drinking coffee this morning out here. Yeah, there we go. At least that'll get us separated down to where, like I said, we won't have that fine stuff in the way of, held by these bigger rocks. There we go. It's a nice pile of we got us a good pile of larger than kitchen strainer, and then there's our less than. So we'll make sure our bags all cleaned out, and we'll be good to go on that. Y'all may notice that when I zoomed in there, we have, can I see? I can't see it. What damn thing. Yeah, we've got our new additions. The my little chomper that I've had for years ended up dying out and never came back. They had these at Lowe's for $2, regularly like $9, and they weren't all dead. So I got a couple of them, and we're going to try and see if we can raise us another batch. I don't know what happened to this one. It had been going for years. Like I mentioned before, that it was like I related it to the Excalibur story, that the I can't get out there. Yeah, that the land is the king and the king is the land. But even I say everything has been suffering for the last couple of years. My chives have started blowing up. They already look better than they did for the last 2 years. So again, I think the land is going to return to life with the with the new king, because we are healing, and not only healing, but we are going to be prospering. So, all right, where's my water? Hold on, we'll be right back. Well, shit, if y'all noticed, like I said, I changed shirts and I left my microphone on the Vendetta shirt in the house. So I was just recording all of that with no microphone. So yeah, that was our first take. I'm I'll do a little narration, I guess, that leads back up to here to go through again. So that was yeah, I was just sitting there talking about I spent the last 2 days. I guess I'll just retell the story and fast forward to that first pad. I spent the last 2 days dealing with theft and fraud. I don't know if any of you guys have gotten the notices on your phone, like I did last year in November, that Obamacare is available. The plan, you only have so many days left to file, because there's only a certain amount of time you can get in to try to get in on Obamacare. $10 insurance. So I thought, well, for hell, $10. I'm old enough. I guess I could get some insurance. I don't really need it, but wouldn't hurt to have at this point, probably. So I call on it. I sit there and deal with this girl on the phone for at least an hour. She's trying to sell me a $200 plan and this. I'm like, no, I wanted the $10. I'm not, I'm healthy. I don't need to be spending money on insurance yet like that. And she got it down to $36 a month, no dental or vision, but prescriptions all paid. Everything else, my $5 office visit, $5 prescriptions. My inhaler that they've had me on for the COPD, that thing costs $1,800. If you buy it, when I went to get it without insurance, it was going to cost $1,800. They could get it. They could let me have it down for $250 since I didn't have insurance. And if you had insurance, they said it'd only be $25. Well, my doctor had a coupon, I guess, that he gets from the dealers for these drugs. So I got it for $35 instead of $250, even without insurance. So that's how I've been getting it for the last year. Whenever I've been needing to get it, I don't even use it every day. It's not. I'm not that bad, but mostly whenever I'm doing work, like you see, when I'm in dusty houses or on the floors and stuff, when it gets worse. But at any rate, they were going to, I got billed $36 for it, and then whenever the next month came, the bill didn't come, and I called after a month had passed and said, hey, for January going to February, I didn't get billed. And I called the number on because it's Blue Cross Blue Shield is the policy. Look at that gold standing out there, man. Jeez. That is nice. Looks good out here in the sun. We got little red garnets in there too. Yeah, so I call the number for Blue Cross Blue Shield on my card, and the lady says, well, no, you don't, you're exempt. You don't have to pay anything. And I said, well, they've been charging me $36 a month, and I didn't get a charge. So I was thinking, well, okay, well, maybe that was just the setup fee. And because I was pretty sure she told me that's what it was going to be every month. And then come February 1st, I got billed the $36. And when it came up this month in March, I got a notice on my phone, message to the phone saying the bank, you didn't, your charge didn't go through. And well, I had plenty of money in the bank, so that wasn't the issue. And but at the part of the message it said, if you do not, if you don't activate this, you'll lose your coverage in 10 days. And well, fuck, nothing expires in 10 days with insurance. So then I started thinking, okay, something is going on. So I called Blue Cross Blue Shield back, and there's like, yeah, this is a scam. I recognize the name of the person on your application here that's filled, that put it in for you as a scammer that we have seen come through numerous times. He goes, this guy's terrible. He's ripped off tons of people. He goes, you're lucky that you have a policy that's real. Normally they a lot of times they sell them fake policies that are not even a real policy. So go figure that. But it all seemed legitimate. It was going through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana. There's nothing it wasn't Bob's Insurance, So just bizarre. So I had to rewrite the policy, take them off, reset it. They're gonna reapply, get all this stuff through. Had to call my bank. They're investigating. They've got a criminal investigation going on it now with Blue Cross Blue Shield. The bank has an investigation now going on. They've already refunded my money back, even back from the payments in December. I only had two of them, so it's only like $72, and I was very lucky that that's all they were getting me for. But had to cancel my card. Not going to have a card for 10 days. Going to have to reset all of my prepays, all that bullshit to go through. But it's just absurd. But they're saying, yeah, they get millions of people like this, which is just insane. So they also gave me the number. I filed with the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. So I've got I filed with them too. Their criminal referral on that. So we'll see. They're supposed to let me know what goes on with it and update it. But look at that, man. Very nice. In the sun. Awesome, man. Vendetta. Where's my little bottle here? There we go. I needed my little squirt bottle there. I know I got a little piece of gold down in there right now already. So yeah, so in between dealing with that, I've been trying to file with the post office, because some of you guys might have seen that I had sent, I believe it was a channel member prize, and for Gentleman Prospector, and I'd also included, because he and Mama Bird had sent me some of their unique pay dirt, and some of that's off of his where he prospects. And so I'd included some extra gold in a bag with the from some under the gold stand dirt. Some Louisiana dirt there with for him, and along with his prize ball, I'd include some Christmas goodies I'd baked. They put in, there was a little paper envelope, so just enough for them to have a little sample there. And yeah, when he got it, the envelope had been split open. Everything had been taken out of it except for the note I'd included, and it had been put in one of those plastic ruptured mail bag. When you've got open mail or just broken in mail, they put it in a clear damaged bag, and that's how it came to him, with nothing but the note in the bag. So I've tried a couple of times. At the post office, they told me I had to, file online. So I've been trying to do online, and it kept kicking me out. So I called yesterday. I finally called the USPS and got a hold of somebody, and they walked me through how to set it up online and file for the claim. So I go through and do all that, pictures, proof, descriptions. It's about an hour. When I go to load it up, it's saying that it's got a 404 error. It can't take it. So I'm trying to do that for about 30 minutes, and finally I call post office again and say, hey, they put me in tech support. They're like, yeah, we've got a systems breakdown. We're trying to get it fixed. And I go, dude, before it said I could, save to drafts. Not that I'd even know where to find it if I'd saved it to drafts, but it doesn't even give me that option anymore. He goes, yeah, that's part of the breakdown. And I'm like, well, fuck, how do I keep it, keep from having to do this together? And he's just like, well, yeah, you just if I keep going back to the page, will it keep it open? And he told me, yeah. So I kept doing that, but it didn't work. And then finally it timed out, and it still had the bar up there like loading, but it never did. It was done. So now I got to go back and redo all of that and try to resend it again. And yeah, just a pain in the ass. But yeah, they're saying how they're gonna, they needed the distributor to find the items, and they'd be sent on. I said, well, you're not gonna find these items. They were cookies. There was a bag of dirt that had gold in it, and it was a bottle. And chances are they're going to dump it out and not see anything because it's fine gold. They're looking for chunks of gold, and probably there'll be gold in Louisiana somewhere where they dumped this stuff, because I assume it was hit here. But I even told the guy, I said I brought the ladies up there that I deal with all the time Christmas cookies there at Christmas time, and nice little plate full of it for them up front. And I was thinking, somebody in the back saw that, we're like, motherfucker, they're getting cookies, and then knew the package that was on, and said, well, I'm gonna get, are there more in here? I don't know what they do, but it seemed like it was I would assume it was an inside job since they were the ones that had it, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, man, y'all can see I'm going through this again. There is a lot of fine gold. I need to do less material in the next one when we're going through. So, but yeah, that's ended up tying up my day. And then on top of that, I needed to mow, and something was screwed up on the mower, and I ended up having a bent blade. I don't know what skewed it, because I was mowing the same stuff I've been mowing for years. But this time it caught something and fucked up the blade, so I had to change the blades. Took me 2 or 3 tries to get the right blades. Go to crank it up to see it, see if they work now, and now the battery's dead. And that it's from 22, so it's due for a new battery. But I was shocked when I went out there to crank it up after the freeze that it started. So yeah, that's that's on the list for today. When I get done with this, I got to run up and get a new damn $70 fucking battery, $50 damn blades. And then my friend just called me from my neighbor down the street. She used to be the sheriff, lived next door to me here. She works for the animals now. She's a dog catcher, animal enforcement. But she called me and said, "Hey, because I've got the 3 cats that I need to get done, and they've gone from $10 a cat to $50 a cat now." So I was going to do it last month, but the vet bills killed me, so they're going to get them this month. But she called and said, "Hey, I can get all 3 of your females done today for free if you let them tip their ears, because they have a quota they need to fill on street cats apparently." And she was out looking for cats to, and she knew I had these because she'd brought me home the paperwork, so I wouldn't have to go out there to pick it up. And but I was like, no, I couldn't. I can't have them disfigured to save $50. And I mean, it'd be nice to have them done and taken care of, but I can keep them. Angel's the only one I got to worry about keeping away from getting out. The other ones aren't a problem. The 2 little girls, and we'll get them in this month. But yeah, she called. It's like, no, it wasn't even a consideration. I can't have my little babies with their ears. I mean, their ears are part of their whole sensory system. So I think when you clip off the tip of it probably doesn't serve them well, and it probably doesn't feel too good either. Look at that. We've still got little specks up in there. Yeah, these tailors are going to have to go through thoroughly when we're done. But yeah, man, main thing was to warn you guys to be aware of that fraud with the insurance stuff, because like I said, I'm pretty savvy because I've gotten hit a couple of times over the last few years by legitimate item where they got me the Capital One, where they got into my account, it called, the number recognized, my phone showed up as Capital One calling me, and it wasn't Capital One. And that's what they were saying. Yeah, now they can do that and appear on your phone on caller ID as a legitimate company that would call. Fuck, how do you defend against that, other than whenever you get a call from them, because they're not going to call you. They'll contact you through email, through the bank notice. So yeah, if you get a call like that, you hang up and then you call your bank directly. You do not deal with or take calls from anyone that calls you representing one of your agencies or one of anywhere that you pay, because most of the time, again, they don't deal with you that way. That's what the lady at Blue Cross said, that we don't send you text messages on your phone like that. She goes, it would be through Blue Cross Blue Shield notice on your email, at your email account, and all that. So yeah, be aware, my friends. They're out to get you every which direction. My buddy's mom got hit with the kid doing the scam where they call up as like their grandkid in the night saying, "Grandma, I'm in jail." And they're panicking and made her go out and get gift cards, loaded up on gift card, went through the whole thing, got thousands of dollars out of her for it. And I don't think they ever got them. That was going on big time down here a few years ago. So again, just be aware, my friends. So let's see. We're gonna go with a little less material on these, and we'll be back. All right. Well, I got another nice pan out of that small stuff. Look, there's some nice mica there. So, but let's try some of the little big stuff there and see if we get any action out of that in between, just to change it up a bit. Actually, we need a little more H2O. Oh, and actually, the the point that I was going to get to, which I never did when I was speaking about being happy, was that uh, fiasco from the other night with Congress. Just again, just demonstrated so vividly the difference between them and us. When we lost the election at 2020, we were mad, but we were mad not because we lost. We were mad because it was a coup. It was a fraud, and we had seen it coming. It was like watching, two trains approaching on the track. They're going to hit head on, and you're yelling for the engineers to stop, and they just keep going. But we didn't sit there and burn down the country. We didn't attack people. We didn't waller in our own pathetic misery. We pulled up our sleeves and said, "All right, let's right this ship." All hands on deck, get to it. As opposed to what we see from the Democrats, where they have devolved into nothing more than our only message is we hate Trump. Trump is bad. There's nothing that Trump can do that has any redeeming qualities, which again is looking into the mirror of who they are. These are self-hating, self-loathing people. That's the only way that you can have that kind of hatred in your heart, and that kind of coldness, and just complete apathy for anything that doesn't fill your pockets or benefit you or make you look better. And that's it. They couldn't cheer that child because that makes Trump look good. They couldn't honor those women because that they're the blood, their blood, that blood is directly on Biden's hands and the Democrats' hands that brought those people in. But again, they will never know the happiness that we feel now. Again, through our great President Trump and what he has brought to this country and what we've been able to do to take down what they thought was going to be, a power group for the next 20 years, and it's been dismantled in a series of weeks already. So that was my whole thing, though, that just to sit there and watch them waller in that misery, and to think that is all that they have, that they can't see past anything other than, I mean, just there's no, what do you have in your life? What can you call up in your life that you deal with that really affects your life, that you can have that kind of animosity and hatred for? Most people, it doesn't exist. We hate the Democrats, but they don't. It doesn't affect. It affects us as far as our pocketbooks, yes, but as far as our daily life and being, physically, they but they're hurt. It physically hurts them to see this. They suffer in their misery, and they can only satiate that by making sure others are suffering with them. And people aren't suffering. People are glad. People are, this is exactly what we voted for. So but again, it just shows the antithesis. They are the antithesis of who we are, in every way. And they're immoral, they're deviant, they're sexual deviants. Many of them are mentally ill and have shown that to be the case. It's not a criticism. It's an observation. so yeah, like I said, rejoice in your hearts and be happy, and find even again, whenever we were miserable for what was going on, we found joy where we could, and in the fact that we knew that we were on the right side of history. We just had to make sure that we did not give up, we did not surrender. And again, you see these people, all they have is their hatred, and their hatred of Trump. And America has finally seen that for what it is, I think, to a degree that they never have. And like I said, I'm happy. So, all right, well, We didn't have anything in the big one there. That'll probably be at the bottom. We'll get a little bit. Looks like this is mostly, again, if it's 100% ROI, usually you're going to be dealing with a little bit smaller stuff. But yeah, we're going to have some, we're going to have some good Vendetta stuff in there too, just like Gold Nugget sales. So it's our boys, the mics, the two mics. There, I don't know if you caught it on the show before, but it tore my hurricane sitting on top of my awning. It tore my awning, my red awning off of there. Made it through the hurricane, but the storm that blew in on Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, tore that sumbitch off, and the wood on the side of the house. I had to climb up there and reattach that before the rain came. But it's that wind front, that comes whenever it hits, whenever those storms approach. And it was from just the right direction, whipping in that little alcove there, I guess, and got that updraft on it, and just and I was standing out here. I can't remember what I was doing. I was doing something, but anyway, it fell. It was like 2 feet away from me when it fell. I had my back to it. It came crashing down, scared the hell out of me. Like, damn. I mean, I've been down here so many years, and I was getting messages from people going, "Yeah, you really love beads." And actually, I'd gotten where I didn't go. That maybe my buddy and I would go up there for our, yearly. My buddy Ben, y'all saw on there, catch a couple of them. Some years we'd get to one. If it was a bad year, there'd be years we wouldn't go. But since I've had the channel now, and people have actually liked seeing some of the the culture down here, and something like that. So and putting in the beads and the doubloons that I get in the prizes and the pay dirt. Speaking of which, let's see. I was going to do it on Mardi Gras, but I ended up not doing any videos and all that. So, and then I got, like I said, I've been tied up with the other bullshit. So let's go with the channel comment picker, and we will call it up and run it through here, and we'll see who gets the Mardi Gras bead bag. And I expect there'll probably be a little bottle of gold that's got to go in there with it too, somehow. So a little sprinkling. All right. Well, we've got our channel entered here. Filter duplicate users. Choose one winner. There is our number. Get our comments, and it shows 17. Damn it. It shows 17. So let's move down here and pick a winner. Chef V. Well, look at there. Our prize winner of Mardi Gras is Chef V. And that's very advantageous for me because, my God, I have been meaning to send him something since last year when I got those beautiful set of pepper sauces from him that I am just now finishing off the last of the bottle. And last of the bottles. So yeah, that's been awesome. So I got something. There'll be something else coming for you, Chef V, with this Mardi Gras prize. Thank you so much, my friend, and thank you all for commenting and watching the channel. And yeehaw, we have a wiener. Yeah, pack it up so that it doesn't. I try to pack up everything so it never says gold on it or gold guy or anything that would suggest that it's going to be something worth tearing into and stealing. But I don't know. When they get you like that, it makes you really paranoid. I was paranoid. I just sent my buddy's granddaughter had her birthday last weekend. Happy birthday to little Miss Fiona. She's as cute as she can be, but she's a little rock hounder. He's got her out there doing paleontology and geology. She's a little explorer, so he wanted to get her a bag of something to go through, so made her up a little special birthday bag and sent her down some stuff. And he sent me back this, showing her having a very happy time with it. So that's great. I love doing this stuff. I've had a number of you guys that I know T-Rep was always would get bottles and doing with his grandsons, and there's a couple of guys that would do it with your nephew and the granddaughters, and with your kids. I know Mandy. I remember when Mandy said that she was her daughter was getting into it just from Mandy's candies. She's was I'd fixed her up a gym bottle. I think she'd done a prize, and but yeah, that her daughter, that was something they were doing together, was, you know, and she was at the age where they kind of start doing stuff, you know, away from the parents. So again, anything like that, and that's what I was telling my buddy, you know, that they get her in interested and excited about geology and science and rocks and nature, and there are so many paths to so many different disciplines that lead off of just that simple intro into the nature and asking questions and curiosity. So very happy, but it made it. Where are we? Where are we? There we are. Another awesome little bit of AU from Vendetta. Enjoyed many beautiful bags of pay dirt from Mike, as well as awesome rounds, and my first copper round, my first silver round like that was cast. Just awesome stuff. So, all right, well, let's see. This is going to be a long video if I keep up this. So there's my there's our last week's gold nugget sales 7-pounder. Still, I'd gone back through it again just to make sure, since I did find some fine gold in it the second time, and I didn't find anything else the third time. Oh, because they'd said, oh, you know, there should be a half a gram in it, and I think I had like 0.4647, but I think that was a high estimate, but that was about the right amount I think it should be in it. I didn't find anything else, so we were good on that. But now we've gotten rain on, so it's still not dried out. But like I said, I let all that silt settle back in it, and then pour off the water and let it dry and absorb back into the dirt again, so it stays the original condition. So, all right, we're going to get our fine stuff finished up, then we'll get into our big stuff there, and we'll be back. We are at the end of our small stuff, and we got a lot of gold in there. That next to the last pan had some nice larger flakes in it too there. The birds are singing. My little guy's out here happy in his chair with daddy. He's gonna go with me when we go up to get our battery for the mower. Have the end of our fine stuff. A nice little batch, just like we still got some down here that is moved. We'll suck up. And they all drink. The cats, the dog, all of them love drinking out of that water. That's rainwater, and I keep refilling it now that they've been drinking out of it. But I got their water pans over here that I always keep rainwater in for the cats, and but they prefer that for some reason. I don't. Animals, their mouth. Dogs have that wide, flat, smooth tongue. Works a little different. So, but yeah, and cats are just naturally drawn to flowing water. If you have a cat and you get that cat fountain, you'll find that they drink a lot more water than they did when you had that bowl sitting there. Basically, they don't like dust and stuff. You know, it's just the nature. It's safer to drink flowing water than standing water. And that's kind of built into their whole psyche. That took a little while to get through that fine gold. We didn't. I had my magnet out here. I forgot I was going to check. We'll check here when we get This last little piece is sucked up there. Now, do I want to go ahead and go through the tailings before I finish up? Well, we've already dumped some of this in, so we'll just go ahead and go with it. We're gonna go with it. That big, the big Minecraft pan I use to do the mass panning when I get done moves that stuff out of the way easy enough, and it's not that big. It's those great big rocks that really give you a hard time. Oh yeah, so I guess we did the drawing. Congratulations to the winner. Appreciate y'all watching the channel. Happy Mardi Gras. Share a little Mardi Gras cheer down here with you guys. What we got here in our rough stuff. I see a nugget right there. Some nice chunky flakes. Look at that. Woo-wee. That's what I'm talking about. Camera, I can't see my zoom ins because they got mud from where I touched it with my muddy fingers. Those are some bright, shiny little pickers there. There we go. Nice character on that little piece of gold. All right. Look how dirty that's where that fine gold hangs on those rocks. That's why you got to wash it good. I think we just saw us a nice little chunker there floating around. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa, buddy. Holy cow. That's one that's going to go in with the... Got a little piece of quartz on it there too. Got my hands damn dry. Look at that. Man, it is like glowing out here in the sun. That is a beautiful piece. It's got some, looks like it's got a little bit of quartz holding on it. I can't see. Is it always zoomed in? There we go. Awesome. Putting out some awesome material for years. I remember whenever I think when I joined his channel, he was at 500, 500 subscribers. I was at 50, if that. And those are two nice little chunkers behind as well. Very nice. That was a pretty piece. That almost had that crystallized look to it. With kind of that almost those sharp edges and that bright shine. All right, well, this is the end of our Turkey Creek. The most places I've found that gold sticks that it gets away from you is whenever it gets up in the rings of the cap. I don't have any in there now, but when you got that fine gold, it will get caught up in the threads of the rings of that cap. If you don't shake it out good before you open it. Rinse it down. Because all gold matters. No gold left behind. Yeah, it was some dirty water in that stuff. Look at that shine. Shine on, you crazy diamond. That beautiful honker. Lots of nice chunky pieces, fine pieces. I'd say, okay, yeah, I can see if I was back out or not. I'd say Turkey Creek is a pretty good spot. Yeah, you can see it's got that little piece of rock at the tip, and a little piece at the on the back. Where are we? When you're super zoomed in and you move away, you lose it. There we go. All right. Well, we'll get this sucked up, dried up on the scale after I revisit these tailings. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure we've probably got us a little bit of fine specks here or there that made it through. We'll get all that fine black sand out of this. Actually, I forgot we were going to look. So yeah, that's about what we were seeing. Actually, a little more than what we were seeing. We washed a lot of it down, it looks like, because that's a good, that's a pretty good amount of black sand in there. I need a new cup. It's cracked. It's talking about the pharmacy. Can you refill 2 of these for me? No, I don't want anything in them. Actually, one's a little bit, just a different size that fits right in. So I mean, yeah, that's a perfect batch. I just happen to have those. So there we go. We'll see you inside. This is how I go through my tailings. So that went pretty quick. Going through all that at once. Get down to where we just have that much left. There's a flake that made it by. That's not a little speck. That's a flake. You know, you're going, well, Bayou, how can you get the small stuff and let that get by? And that's where I'm still panning and washing as I look down, trying to see the camera or talking about something, dividing my attention. And when you got a flatter piece like that, looks like it is, it can zip on down there before you know it. But I go back through my tailings too, in the pan as I do it. So you'd think that would certainly have been one that got caught on the relook. It looks like he's not alone either. Cold. I'm just seeing these 2 chunks. Did I dump something out or something that I missed? I mean, hell. There's no way that I missed those 2 big pieces of gold. And if you notice, there is nothing tiny. We got all the tiny stuff. I have not even seen a micro speck here. There's 1 speck. No, it floated away. I got jet dry in here. It's the same water we used before. Like, see right there, I just washed those away, moving the pan. They're gone. When I reached over there, I turned the pan, and right there you can see it. It washed them over. I think that's a speck right there on the side. That's what I'm trying to walk out. Is that right there? Yeah. So we do have a couple little specks right there. There's our 2 big pieces, and there's a couple little specks that got by me. Like I said, those dudes, those are pickers. How that had to be just like I just did, looking away for a second or reaching for something and tilting the pan, and they disappeared. So all right, well that's our tailings. So we're gonna add this to the hoard, and we'll go in and see you there. Well, yabba dabba doo. We've got some gold for you. Check that out. Vendetta's best right there. With that. Like I said, that thing just glows in the light. So we've got our scales set on 20. Let's see what that chunk weighs to start us out with. 0.758 grams. Over 3/4 of a gram nugget. Very nice. And a cool nugget at that. Some of that weight is rock in there, but when it's in the gold, it counts as it counts as gold. It counts in the weight. So you don't take off. Actually, it increases the value. You charge more for for rock in your gold. So, all right. Well, let's see what we got. If we got our, I know we did our 100%. Beautiful gold. Two point zero six 2.06970. It was bouncing in between. Anytime I get anything from Vendetta, it's almost always over 100% ROI because he doesn't charge post, or at least he never did as a rule. I'm not sure now, he might on some, but yeah. So with when you would take off for the postage that he was included, I think about everything I had was over 100% for him. Just like same thing. Well, I'll be damned if the mic didn't go out again. So here we are. I'm narrating. You can see my magnetized tweezers there are doing a good job at picking out the little bits of black sand that were left in the gold. Actually, I took enough out that it changed the weight a little bit. I mean, it was at 2.059 still. So that was our final weight whenever I reweighted again after I had picked through it. But yeah, so when I got this, it was on February 22nd, and gold was going for $2,941 an ounce. So this was $203 postage paid, and that gave us a gold value of $194.70. And that gives us a 96% ROI on the 2-gram bag postage paid. But, you know, I always take off $10 for postage. So that brings the material value down to $193. So we have 101% ROI on that. So I'm thinking that maybe whenever it went from 1 gram to the 2-gram edition, it might have messed with the 100% ROI on the 1 gram bag. But I looked to see because didn't remember what the 1 gram bag cost was, and it is gone. So he does not have the Turkey Creek bag available that I saw on his site anymore. So this is the only chance you guys get to see this. So it was a good bag too. So you can see it's some nice gold, a good variety of sizes. Then we had our nice 3/4 gram piece. So yeah, awesome. And again, just some beautiful gold, as always, from Vendetta. So, yeah, with that, I'm sure I had more to say on this because it runs a lot longer, but I don't remember what it was. So, uh, yeah, there we go. Thank you so much to Mike for another awesome bag of material here and beautiful gold. So I'm still at the point where my mic had gone out and I don't know it. But I'd forgotten to point this out at Christmas. I'd received this card from Vendetta. A very nice card saying Merry Christmas by you Gold Guy and Happy New Year, Heavy Pans. Very, very nice for him to do it. He sent a sticker, and then on the back of the sticker, he had it signed. It says, you can see there, it says number 14, and then it was a nice little piece of gold taped onto it. Very nice contours and texture on it. So, character. So that was very thoughtful, and I'd put it back in the envelope and set it to the side and forgot about it at Christmas. I was going through the stuff on the counter, and when I was doing this, it turned up. So again, I had to say thank you. And there is our Turkey Creek bag. As again, sadly, it was not available on the site anymore. So you gotta move quick on this stuff these days. But thanks again to Vendetta for the awesome material that he's put out for us for many years now. Oh my God, I just did all that, and y'all just saw, I guess you just heard, I narrated over it. I didn't, I've been watching my damn mic, and it was out, and as long as that thing's plugged into the end of my phone, it does not get any audio. So, yes, I'm sitting here debating on whether I should reshoot all that or if I want to narrate over it, so I'm not sure what y'all just watched, but if you heard me talking, that's why. Goddamn mic. So, there we go. That will wrap up this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and I thank you all so much for watching, supporting the channel, all the channel members, subscribers, leaving comments, everything. If you have not yet done so, you might think about hitting that subscribe button, and a like is always appreciated as well. Gizmo would be cheering, right? He doesn't get beaten on the days I get likes. Yeah. But, yes, my friends, so that'll do it. And, yeah, just stay tuned because things are going on. Things are happening. And it's the snowballs started rolling down the hill, and it's only going to pick up momentum and get bigger. And I say it's a glorious thing to watch. And we're getting to, we have the privilege of seeing history in the making. This is fundamentally going to change America for the next 20, 30, 40 years maybe. So yeah, what's going on right now? Yes, it is. It's very critical, and it's like I said, an interesting time to be alive for sure. And like I said, we're happy. It's nice to be happy. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. Take care of each other. And peace out, my friends. Yeehaw.